So how much do you want for these things?
I'm looking for right in the area of $500,000.
The Pikachu Illustrator card, owned by Logan Paul, sold for over $16 million, becoming the most expensive Pokemon card in history.
Oh! We got a Charizard!
But here is the crazy part. That might not be the limit. There are other Pokemon cards hidden in collections and locked away in vaults that could sell for similar prices or even more. We are talking about cards so rare that most people have never even seen them. Some of these cards only exist in the hands of a few people on Earth.
Oh my god!
For this list, we're counting down the top 10 most expensive Pokemon cards ever.
1. We got it!
Number 10, Delta Charizard Gold Star. You knew Charizard was showing up, but maybe not like this. Back in the EX Dragon Frontiers set, Pokemon did something crazy. They completely flipped the script. They introduced Delta species Pokemon.
Journey beyond, where powerful dragon Pokemon rule.
That means Charizard was no longer just fire type. It became something entirely different, and collectors lost their minds. But what really takes this card to another level is the Gold Star. Gold Star cards were already incredibly rare. We are talking about pull rates so low that you could open box after box and still never see one. Now combine that with Charizard, the most hyped Pokemon of all time, and you get the perfect storm. Prices started in the thousands, then they jumped to 10,000, then 20, and they just kept climbing.
Wow!
Oh.
Whoa!
And the craziest part is that they are still going up, because if history has taught us anything, it is this: Charizard cards never get cheaper.
Oh! We got a Charizard!
Number 9, First Edition Chansey. This one might surprise you. When you think of iconic Pokemon, Chansey is probably not the first name that comes to mind. It is not Charizard, it is not Pikachu, it is not Mewtwo, it is a pink nurse.
Rush this Pokemon to the critical care unit. Chansey!
But here is the thing, this card comes from the original base set. And not just any version, First Edition. That small stamp on the side changes everything. It means this card was part of the very first print run ever released, and collectors are obsessed with First Editions. What makes this even more interesting is how difficult Chansey cards are to grade. The holographic surface scratches easily, the edges wear down fast, so finding one in perfect condition is extremely rare. And when something is that rare, the price explodes. We are talking about a card that has sold for around $40,000 for a Pokemon that most people completely overlook. Being Nurse Joy's partner turned out to be a very good deal. Number 8, Rayquaza Gold Star. This is where things start getting serious. Rayquaza Gold Star is not just rare, it is legendary. Released in the EX Deoxys set, this card is part of the ultra-rare Gold Star lineup, but Rayquaza is on another level. This is one of the most popular legendary Pokemon ever created, and the shiny version, with its black and gold design, looks absolutely incredible.
Interesting. Oh my god!
But do not let the looks fool you. This card was extremely difficult to pull. Back in the day, you could spend hundreds on packs and still never find one. And today, it is even worse. Those packs alone now cost a fortune. And if you actually want the card, a PSA 10 version has sold for over $48,000.
This is like one of the creme de la cremes of Gold Star. This is the best Gold Star card you can pull.
Collectors still consider it one of the greatest Gold Star cards ever made, so if you somehow pulled this as a kid and managed to keep it safe, you might be sitting on a serious treasure. Number 7, First Edition Venusaur. Now we are going back to the beginning, the original starters. And while Charizard gets most of the attention, real collectors know that Venusaur is just as important. This is one of the original cards from the 1999 base set, and yes, it is First Edition. That small stamp makes a huge difference. It means this card was printed before anyone realized how big Pokemon was about to become. Back then, kids were trading these cards on playgrounds without any protection. No sleeves, no care, no idea what they had. And that is exactly why mint condition versions are so rare today. Now add the fact that Venusaur is the final evolution of a starter Pokemon, and demand increases even more. Prices have climbed into the tens of thousands, and for perfect graded copies, even higher. It may not breathe fire like Charizard, but this card is a true heavyweight. Number 6, Number 1 Trainer. This is where things change completely, because you could not buy this card, you had to win it.
Pikachu, you Use Thunderbolt!
Back in the late 90s, Pokemon tournaments were extremely competitive, and only the best players could walk away with this prize. The #1 trainer card. This was never available in packs, it was never sold in stores, it was handed directly to champions, and that makes it incredibly rare. Only a small number exist worldwide, and when something is tied to skill, history, and exclusivity, collectors pay attention. One of these cards has sold for close to 6 figures, and honestly, it makes sense, because owning this card does not just mean you were lucky, it means you were the best. Number 5. First Edition Blastoise.
Blastoise! Go!
This is pure nostalgia. Blastoise, the original water powerhouse. Back when Pokemon first arrived in North America in 1999, this was one of the cards everyone wanted to pull. And once again, First Edition changes everything. That black stamp on the side tells collectors that this card comes from the very first print run. This is where it all began.
And
But here is the problem. Kids did not treat these cards like collectibles. They played with them, they traded them, they bent them, they scratched them. So finding one in perfect condition today is extremely rare, and when supply drops, prices explode. A pristine first edition Blastoise can sell for tens of thousands of dollars for a card that once sat inside someone's backpack. That is the power of nostalgia. Number 4. Kangaskhan Family Event Trophy.
A baby Kangaskhan.
It looks like it's injured.
Now we are entering serious collector territory, because this card was never meant for the public. The Kangaskhan Family Event Trophy was awarded in 1998 during a special tournament in Japan, but here is what makes it unique. It was not just about skill, it was about family. Parents and children had to compete together, and only participants received this card. That means distribution was extremely limited. Fewer than 50 copies exist, and even fewer are in perfect condition. The design is beautiful, featuring Kangaskhan with its baby, perfectly matching the theme of the event. But the real value comes from exclusivity. One of these has sold for over $100,000, and it is easy to understand why. This is not just a card, it is a piece of Pokemon history. Number 3. First Edition Charizard. You knew this was coming. This is the card, the one everyone talks about, the one that defined an entire generation, the First Edition Charizard. Back in the late 90s, this was the ultimate pull. Kids opened packs dreaming of finding this card. Collectors chased it, and if you actually had one, you were considered a legend.
The card itself is considered the crown jewel of the Pokemon world.
But most of them did not survive. They were played with, they were traded, they were damaged. So today, finding one in perfect condition is incredibly rare, and when you combine that with the most popular Pokemon ever created, prices go out of control. We are talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some sales have reached around $500,000 for a single card, and even with all of that, it is still not number 1.
2 cards left.
oh, we got a Charizard.
Number 2, Trophy Pikachu. This is where things become unreal. This card was never available to the public. It was awarded during the very first Pokemon tournaments in 1997. Only top winners received it. First place, second place, third place. That was it. No packs, no stores, no second chances. Because of that, only a handful exist. Each one represents a moment in Pokemon history. The design is simple but iconic, featuring Pikachu holding a trophy. But the real story is the price. As the Pokemon market exploded, so did this card. Listings have reached $1 million, 7 figures, for Pikachu. And here is the craziest part. Even unofficial copies of this card have sold for over $3,000. At that point, you are not just buying a card, you are buying history, status, and legacy. Number 1, Pikachu Illustrator. And finally, number 1, the rarest, the most expensive, the most legendary Pokemon card ever created, the Pikachu Illustrator. This is not just a card, this is the card. Back in 1997, Pokemon held a special illustration contest in Japan. Winners did not receive trophies or medals, they received this. Only 39 copies are known to exist, that is it. Unlike regular cards, this one is labeled Illustrator instead of Trainer. It was never sold, it was never reprinted, it was never mass-produced, it was awarded only to a select few. Over time, it became a myth among collectors. For years, its value kept rising. 50,000, 200,000, 500,000, and then everything changed. A perfect condition copy sold for over $16 million, $16.4 million for a Pokemon card. At that level, it is no longer just about Pokemon. It is about owning something that almost no one else on Earth will ever have. Did we miss any cards? Let us know below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. This is just the beginning. Thanks for watching.